go. I do believe we are live. So I'll say indeed, and greetings unto you, friend. Thank you for joining me again on another conscious evolution. Another opportunity for us to consider the opportunities we've had, the opportunities we have, the opportunities we will have. How the opportunities we had led to the opportunities we have will lead to the opportunities we could have. How some opportunities didn't lead us to the opportunities we thought they might have. And how that makes our future a little bit uncertain. But specifically, it's just an acknowledgement that we do have many opportunities. Talking about this opportunity of being a human being too, it is a grand opportunity to actually just be a person, to be yourself. To be the yourself that you are is pretty rare. Holla lovelies, holla Kristen. I've been thinking about you a lot. Kristen got a pair of pants made with one of my flowers. And she, I think, for the first time, put them on today. I think she got them yesterday, maybe, or something. But this was the first day that she actually wore them. And I think she might have posted a photo for us to see. Yeah, she did. Look at that. That is wild. The shoes are rocking as well. Look at that. Kristen being a model. Like, this seems like straight up model photo, Kristen. This is how I would put it right up on the website. Look at that. So psychedelic. So cool. So pattern. That's very awesome. Hey, Auntie Bethany. It's nice having you here with us. I did it, yes you did. The opportunity of being a human being. And you have the vampire's attention. Fuck, I love those Converse. They do look good. Those Converses do look good with the rest of the fit. Very sick indeed. And it looks good quality enough. Right? Everything about this picture is dope. Can agree, Doc, that love is true. Thank you, Kristen, for supporting my work, for loving my art the way that you do. It truly is all an artist can ever hope for, and I appreciate it so much. Awesome design and birches. This is true. Hand painted Doctor Who shoes. I did it. I did. You're the one who painted the shoes? Oh, not me, sadly. Okay, but I love them. You supported someone else in that case, then probably. Hand painted Doctor Who Converse? Shit, those are art. Kristen knows what she likes. She's definitely not going to sell herself short, actually. No. No selling of the self the shorts. You have a grand opportunity to be fantastical, to be exceptional, to be absolutely flabbergastical, to be here now. Sorry, I was just looking at a little thumbnail there. I had to get close. An opportunity to be here now. Right? You were flabbergastical. I'm happy that you like that. I like that. Love is true. Yeah. Being a human being has been hard in many ways for me, you know? And in that way, it might have been for you too. And when it gets hard being a human being, we end up getting so caught up in that truth and that struggle and that discomfort of that moment. And the more I think of it, the more I realize that despite all of the challenges I face, it is a grand opportunity, getting to get good. All right. I don't know. Again, we did start today's stream topic by talking about how the opportunities you've been given in the past led to you having opportunities in this moment will lead to the opportunities you'll have in the future. And in that way, the opportunity you've had in the past is being a person. The opportunity you have in this moment is being a person. And surely the opportunities you'll have in the future is being a person. And what being a person is changing, right? The way we person is different from person to person. I'm looking at the little lizard just eating a bug. I wonder if I can show you. That little lizard just caught something. Look at him. Look at him. He's gonna eat it. He's like pushing it against the ground to make your neck shorter. Has he already consumed? Yeah, he's already done eating. He's just dragging his face against the dirt now. I think he's like using his little throat to force that bug down. Man. Yeah. Just as I was talking about how all of us person differently. I don't know if the lizards are persons. Specifically because I like to believe a person is something that tells a story. But if I could understand the intricacies of that little lizard mind, maybe he could tell me a story about his life or her life. You little lizard fella, right? Humaning is wild. It really is. It really is. But again, you have this opportunity to be humaning, right? And this opportunity of humaning will lead to more opportunities of humaning, different states of humaning. But for as long as you are here, this is the opportunity. Being a human, right? That's the message I'm trying to impart today, is that yes, all of these opportunities you can have as a human, but also this opportunity of being human, right? And the fact that me as a human can vaporize a little bit of marijuana, and then suddenly I experience something of that, right? That's pretty neat to me. It's kind of sick being a human. Oh, enjoy your fun. Hello from the chiropractor office. The person adjusting me is from George, South Africa. What a trip. I hope you're okay, Joe. I'm happy that you're getting some help. And tell that person from Georgia, from George, not Georgia, George, South Africa, that I'm happy for them. I'm so happy for them. I'm not jealous. Love is true. Hello, bless again. I don't know if that lizard. I don't know if the lizards are persons. That depends on which conspiracy theory you believe in and how far your definition of life extends. Again, right? Even if there are lizard people among us, if they have the ability to tell me a story, I'm gonna be like, checks out. This is a person, and I can have conversations with them. Crackalack Jovan. Oh, enjoy Jovan. Oh, I ask if he does acupuncture too, Jovan. I've never had acupuncture, but I've been more and more called to it, Sam, weirdly enough. Like, it really is something that I am intrigued by. And I even spent the time to Google and find out if there's anybody close by that does it, but no luck. Is that Gateway? Hey, Jules. Nice seeing you. Mojo here too. Love to you. Opportunities, Mojo says. Like beauty, are in the eyes of the beholder. You can choose to see them or not. This is true. This is true. And I'm so happy that you're saying that, Mojo. Because the point in today's stream for me is the fact that we don't see our human lives as a grand opportunity. Right? We might, as a human life, see opportunities. And then our opportunities that we see might not be as clearly defined, might not be as reachable, might not be ours. And in doing so, we find ourselves negative, lamenting, in a state of stress, in a state of worry that our future and the opportunities that we would hope for is not secured. And then again, when we find ourselves in that state of mind, bringing ourselves back to remembering that this human experience we're living right now is the opportunity. That this is the opportunity we are opportunizing right now. Hey friends, thank you. How have you been? How have you been, Gateway? You still traveling? You back home? Where are you right now? Like, I want your exact address. I'm joking, I'm sorry. At least I live in South Africa, so I can't make jokes like that without being too weird. Acupuncture was life-changing. I had it done right over my third eye. Oh, goodness. Like, that caught me off guard for a second. I had it done right over my third eye one time when I was at the chiropractor. It did something strange to my dreams. Do you think it like made a hole and things went out? Made a hole and things went in? How am I supposed to interpret that? My monkey mind doesn't know how to. I just got back from Wisconsin State Fair. Nice. How are the state fairs? Is there anything in particular that you enjoy? I ate alligator. I mean, the fact that you tell me that, maybe that was something you enjoyed, eating alligator. And saw lots of horses and cows. Nice. Did you get to pet any of them? Even though they're massive animals. It is always nice being trusted enough by those animals to actually allow them to touch. Alright. Love gator. Milwaukee Duck Gateway. What are you doing in Wisconsin? What city was the fair in? In Milwaukee. Milwaukee. Do you think it made a hole and things came out? When I was really suffering from migraines in my 20s, I did often consider the medieval headache relief method of trepanning. Yeah, don't. They literally make a hole in your skull and let you bleed out your brain. Because they didn't understand how that stuff works. Yeah, migraines can be pretty hectic. Be pretty hectic. You will do anything. Sam, it made a lot of sense to me at the time. Yeah. And it made sense to those people in those times as well. That's why they did it. Right? Because something in your brain is like, yeah, surely. And I mean, there is some, like, again, there's ancient practices like that as well. But again, I don't think it means that they are wise. Like, there's a reason there's no trip banning, clinics or whatever. Because it's probably not good for us. Who would have thought? The opportunity. I never thought I would have the opportunity to talk on this specific topic. But since we're going to go down this fractal, I thought, right, that if there is any potential benefit from that practice, the fact that a lot more people are going to be having like brain surgery over the next few years potentially. Maybe it doesn't have to be invasive, but if it is going to be invasive, for those that it is invasive, I wonder if they will be measuring if there's any benefits to that fractal as well. I doubt there will be though. I think there will only be complications. Like the air bubbles thing. Like you actually have like a vacuum, a little bit of a vacuum in your brain. Right? And you can have an air bubble in there and it will slosh around if you don't get it out. Right? And now please, thank you, Third Eye, for showing me some whack shit. I was not ready for that. Mike Ira wanted to retain his license to practice and declined. Did I think I missed something? Oh, declined trepanning you. Okay, good. Good, thank you, chiropractor. And good that they're taking their licenses away if they do shit like that. I hate to tell you though, if you ate alligator in Milwaukee, it was imported, probably. I've eaten alligator. I ate alligator in Zimbabwe. It was 2.6 kilometers. Kilometers? Kilometers. Kilometers. It was 2.6 kilometers away from an actual alligator farm. And they would make handbags and boots and stuff like that as well. And the meat didn't go to waste, as I found out by seeing alligator on the menus in like three of the local restaurants, kind of thing. Right, Gateway. I had chronic intractable. I had chronic intractable, and was expecting 20 to 25 a month. I was ready to remove the whole fucking thing. Just take the brain right out, please. I've always wanted to try acupuncture, just never have. Same, bro. One of these days we'll have access, I'm sure. Doc, I know it wasn't fresh. I have eaten it in most forms except this way, which was smoked and still on the claw. So I had to. Like a drumstick? Like little alligator claw, and then you ate this piece? That's hardcore. That's pretty hardcore. I hope there's photos of that exchange of you holding on to my mind. No, please. Why would you do that to me? Why did you do that, bro? My mind just gave me the visual of holding on to the claw, like interlacing your fingers with the alligator claw. Stop! Stop doing that, please. Oh. Yes, I'll send a pic on Discord. Bless. Nice. If you'd be willing to share, we would love to see it. I hope to God you had the state food cheese curds deep fried with some ranch dressing. Otherwise, were you even in Wisconsin? Oh, trust me, I ate all the food. That's awesome, Gateway. Damn, you're so close to the alligator farm. You could have went and picked out the one you wanted to feast upon. They didn't allow you to do that, but they did show you the farm. They did show you the farm. They show you like the big enclosures they had. They had like a place for the babies, and they make those. I can't make that sound. I'm an alligator. Thank you very much. I'll make those alligator sounds. You get to pick them up and hold them like big lizards. That was fun. And then they have like trinket shops with a bunch of leather goods. So many leather, so many leather goods. And then only afterwards we went to a restaurant. And then at the restaurant I saw alligator on the menu, and my mind was like, I don't know what it tastes like. Might as well. And it tasted very much chicken-esque. Very much chicken-esque. I think the smoking. I don't always enjoy smoked chicken. So maybe it depends on how much it's smoked. Lacing the fingers with the alligator cloth. Claw. Yeah. Autocorrect, I know. I'm sorry. I don't know why, Doctor. Like my mind, there's probably something broken up there, right? Where it starts like turning on an idea, and then like before I know it, I'm seeing like some whack shit though, and I'm like, bro, what did I do? Why are you showing me these concerning bits of information? That is wretched, Doc. I'm sorry. Um, to me, it has a natural spicy flavor. Maybe that's just Louisiana Gator. I think it would be a little bit much if I went to a bunch of different places to taste what the alligators taste like, so I can know the difference. But maybe, maybe if I'm in Louisiana, I'll have to try it. See that over there, kids? That's the alligator farm. We do the festival here so we don't have to walk far because they have little legs. Bro. It's up on Discord if anyone is interested. I'm gonna go check it out. Woo! 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 Wow! Wowies! That did a number on me. That was like, oh yeah, bet, bro. Challenge accepted. Oh whoa! Duck that is seeing capybaras or did see some capybaras. The board. I'm seeing some cool Star Wars stuff. I don't use Discord nearly enough. All the yummies? Yeah. Oh my goodness. That is more than I bargained for, right? Like, this might be too much information for you right now. Not like your feeble mind wouldn't be able to handle it kind of vibes, but this is like a lot. And if you're like not ready to see a lot of information, like avert ye gaze. But this is what a gator drumstick looks like. Yeah, I did say it's a lot. That is wild. That is so wild. I don't know if I feel very appetized. I don't know if I'm very appetized by this sight. You know? Like, again, I get the novelty aspect. Like, what the hell? Sweet Lord. I get the novelty aspect, like, wow, did this thing, tried what it's like. But I probably won't see you order that and be like, yeah, I'll have one of those too, please. I'll maybe ask you for a bite though, you know. But I probably won't order any myself. It was delicious, you see, and I would want to taste. Damn, it even looks like chicken. That is a little bit on the redder side than I remember mine, but mine was like pieces basically. So I think that also changes things. Mm. Not gonna lie, I would love me a pair of alligator skin boots. Then I can ask people if they've ever had their ass kicked by an alligator. Please, bro. Part of me is like, we should ban and get that alligator skin boots. And then I read the rest of your sentence and I'm like, we should band together and ensure Duck Dad never ever gets alligator boots. Please, now. The Duck Dadometer might, just end up spinning indefinitely. I don't think your mind is broken. I think it's beautiful. A dark romantic comedy that starts off with you and the alligator finding love for each other, and then the alligator says, "Just eat me, mouth. No, please. No, please." Looks like a crime scene. Oh, jeez. I think it's because like we're so disconnected as a people from our food and the animal, right? Like if I've been eating a lot of like ground beef, primarily because it is the cheapest form of red meat that I can get my hands on. Probably because it's not exactly the most high quality beef available. There's a lot of sinew and tendons and fats and stuff in there. But all of that stuff is great for me because I don't mind it and it's protein and I understand that the constituents of what that is in part the constituents of me, right? And I need that stuff in order to be this thing. Uh but in that my relationship with the food is like, ah, look, small little pieces of red somethings, right? And then also there's some chicken breasts, which is like these shapes, right? Like when I think of a chicken breast, I think of a shape. I don't think of a chicken, right? And in that way, I think that alligator claw and it looking like a crime scene to you, Mojo, is because it's so real. It's so, I am eating something, right? There's actually something being eaten, not just. Maybe I should say there is life being eaten, not just something being eaten. Because you're always eating life, right? Always. But I think it's like the steps. Like when it comes to most of the processed goods, like just think about pasta. Before it is pasta, the thing you can eat, it goes through a multitude of steps of other things, right? Before it gets to you actually eating. Like if you had to just take it right off of the plant, as it was growing, you would be able to get some calories from it, but it wouldn't be pasta. Wouldn't exactly be pasta. And in that way, again, you're eating something. You're eating something, but you're not eating life in that way. How can we get back to eating life? Fruit is definitely a good way. Fruit is a good way. And then, animals. But I think the intermediary step that we're going to start embracing as a species is like microorganisms, like a type of bacteria that produces amino acids in a vat. And then we're gonna drink whatever is in that vat. Maybe it will end up going that way. But I don't think we're gonna get away from the consuming life thing. That is unfortunately how this universe is set up. How can I link that to today's stream topic? Maybe every time you eat something that used to be alive, you should again honor the opportunity to continue living and honor and take that opportunity to honor the thing that has given its life for you to continue living. No. I've had a good life. End movie of you and the chompy holding hands before one delicate bite. I've bitten you before, Melty. Now it's your turn to bite me. Like, I'm smiling, but I also want you to stop. I don't eat much meat nowadays, but I grew up hunting, so maybe I'm desensitized. Not at all. I don't think it's a desensitized thing. I think it's more a matter of perspective, right? As you said, you grew up hunting. So you had a very real relationship, kind of countering the point I just shared about how separated we are from our food and the thing that gave us our food. So, in that way, you just have that perspective. The closest I ever got to going straight from this is a living thing to this is food was with a guinea fowl. We were camping with my dad, and he had a shotgun. So we went out driving, looking for something to eat. And then there are these birds with little white speckles on them. And he kills one of them. We find the now corpse. And then we take it back with us to our campsite. And again, we're camping, and I'm like 8 years old, so my perspective of what cooking looks like doesn't fit with what's happening right now. So my dad proceeds to cut the creature open and take out its insides. And I'm like, that's kind of not very appetizing. And then he closes it back up again with the feathers still on it. Right? Whole body, basically like a chicken. And then he proceeds to take mud. Specifically turf mud, like a very fine silicate material almost that creates like a very sticky mud. And he proceeds to cover that entire guinea fowl in that mud, creating like a bowl of mud basically. And then we make a fire, a relatively big fire. And as that fire starts to turn into coals, we dig a hole where that fire was burning. And we put that mud bowl into that fire. And we bury it with the coals and some of the sand surrounding. And we make a fire over it even more. And we go to sleep. We go to sleep.
And then I wake up the next morning. Again, it's cold outside. We're camping. You're getting out of a tent. The blow up mattress was like deflating the whole night, so it wasn't very comfortable. And I know that there is this thing awaiting us, right? This mud bowl. We put in the ground and we start undigging it. And we take that thing out and it's like crispy. It's like hard, right? And my dad starts breaking it. And as you lift that mud off, the feathers basically got like embedded in the mud. And alongside the skin, you can just peel off these pieces of mud. And remaining inside of that mud is this beautiful white flesh. Right? Clean, perfectly, pristinely clean. Right? Basically like a boiled chicken because that's exactly what it is. And it wasn't particularly flavorful, but it was very authentic in it's tasting like chicken. It's tasting like bird in that way, right? And it broke my brain of like thinking about how many different techniques of cooking there has existed, right? And time. And I've never done something like that ever again, right? I have that one time as an experience, and we never did it ever again. It wasn't particularly good, and it took like freaking 13 hours. And it was one guinea fowl between my dad and three sons. So it wasn't enough food either. So I get why we haven't done it again, but still, that moment has stuck with me. Like very, very deeply. Oh man, maybe because I'm here in the Midwest, but the cheapest form of red meat is pork. You could pretty much get it for free. Whoa. I don't see much pork available on our shelves anymore. I wonder. Hey Google, did South Africa's pork industry go away? South Africa's pork industry has continued to face significant headwinds since 2017. But rather than closing shop, farmers and industry players have instead expanded operations, hoping that economies of scale and new technology will bring a better return on investment. As of August 2024, South Africa's pork production is not declining. In fact, the industry is optimistic about its future as it's gearing up for growth. In 2003, South Africa produced 320,000 tons of pork. That's a lot. That's a lot of pork. With about 4.5% exported to neighboring countries. The industry is confident that it can grow its market share by increasing the value of pork, reaching new audiences, and improving production sustainability. Hmm. Maybe I've just not been paying attention. What's the cheapest form of protein in South Africa right now? Dry beans? Financial challenges have forced many South Africans to change the foods they buy. Tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. Including the protein sources. Price conscious consumers opted for dry beans, which are the most affordable protein source at 32 cents per gram. Goodness. Even at that. Even at that, for me to eat the protein I need in a day would cost me 900 rand a month. Is that right? Yeah. Which is not that much. It's $45. But you see, I will become a weapon of mass destruction if I eat 100 grams worth of protein in beans every day. I don't want to know. I don't want to know how much beans that is. Mm-hmm. Dry beans. But it goes eggs, yogurt, beans, soy,
nuts and seeds, fish and seafood, then chicken. Oh, no, 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 no. Let's see this one. One more. Dry beans again. Huh. The eggs are still technically the cheapest, it would seem. I mean, when it comes to a source of protein that I'm okay with eating, I think I can manage eggs better than I can manage beans. Again, because of the volume I'll have to eat as well. Yeah, beef is very expensive right now. Chicken has gotten way more expensive as well. But it does go chicken and eggs, basically. Our go-to sources. Which is not that bad. It just gets bland. You're like, oh wow, what's for dinner? Lunch and breakfast. It does help that I am doing intermittent fasting again now. So I'm only eating once a day. So it's still okay that the food isn't that novel because you're just happy to be eating calories. You're like, oh, this is great. This is great. I love this. Yeah, pork wasn't even on the list for us, weirdly enough. Your pork industry must be very mature. And my decision to not eat meat often is definitely connected to the suffering of the animal. I hear you, dear friend. I feel like that's one of the problems with our industry of scale as well, is the amount of suffering that our animals are incurring because of it. My opinion on animal products is me not buying it will not lead to that thing not being in the world. What it will lead to is that product being consumed by someone who may not care about that life. By buying the leather product, I can respect and honor the life that created it by caring for the skin like it's my own. Yeah. It's nice that you say that. I have a little leather satchel, right, that keeps all of my things close to my person. And I take care of that. And I honor the animal that gave that leather. And that leather, again, if that skin was just thrown away, I don't think there's any use in that either. We have been, as a species, consuming animals for a very long time. And I feel like it's a matter of, oh, is that John? He's back already? Hey, Johnny's here. Yeah, see. Max. Maximum. I'll talk to him a little bit later. That was Armand Hofmeyer. He's like one of the more famous singers here in South Africa, and John has been doing sound for him. And he just came to pick up John, and I'm like, "Are you bringing him back? Are you bringing him back? He's not here." And then the other guy goes, "Oh, I can see it in your face. You're joking." And then I'm like, no, I'm not fucking joking. I'm being serious. They're not here. John, I dropped John at the studio, and then uh, he went through from the studio back to Stefan's place, who is the guitarist for the singer, right? And now, jeez, jeez, that's so cringe. Oh man, I'm cringing more about the second guy being like, I can see it on your face, you're joking, and I'm just like concerned because I know what time is like in that industry, and I think he's performing at 8 at least, 8 to 9:30. But it's coming up on 5 right now, so I don't know how far he has to go. The other guy. Oh, oh, you think you're funny, huh? You think you're funny? And he literally tells me, call them. Why don't you go and call them? Because he's like, he just saw me stand up and come around the corner. This fucking guy. I'm still on the fence. I missed what you're on the fence. Let me scroll up one more. Sam has many skin suits for every occasion. My soccer cleats are kangaroo leather. I honor it by saying boing 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 when I put them on for hopping. I got 9 pork chops for $9 the other day. I don't know how big your pork chops are. You have to give me grams. How many grams? And how much bone was there? How much meat was there after you remove the bones? Right, like all of that information is relevant to me. Otherwise, it still kind of sounds expensive. Mike, I can't add to my suit collection if you out me like this. Weapons of destruction, am I right? All ethical source skin suits, of course, please. In other news, I'm going to New York City next week and strongly consider revisiting a psychic I saw 3 years ago that gave me a spooky, accurate reading. I'm interested in how you feel about psychics. Whew. You're putting me on the spot. You know, on the one hand, I have to acknowledge that that person is a person and they have bills to pay and they have food to eat. And we find ourselves in a world that is in a certain way right now. Right? And then on the other hand, I take issue with offering a service that in its nature unfortunately does attract certain vulnerable individuals, right? And again, that person needs to make money. So is it exploitation? Is it offering a service? There's so much intricacy and uh, stuff in there that I feel very apprehensive personally. I've never actually had any opportunity to sit down with a psychic, and in that way, I would have to, like you have like a certain rapport with that person. If I feel drawn in the way you are right now because of the accuracy of your prediction, drawn to that person, maybe that could be the truth could be communicated, right? Like, but I've never had that truth communicated to me. So, from that perspective, I am still on the fence as well, a little bit, right? And again, if anything, if you're going to listen to someone like that, listen to it very vigilantly because you can have your life changed by other people. And sometimes you want that. Sometimes you feel your life is not in a way that you are happy potentially and you would like some change. But also other times you can be steered down, you know, a path that you might not actually want to end up going down because of your pulling information from another. Right. So it's judge everything for yourself kind of fractal. I mean, ethically sourcing skin is a gray area, but most vampires
Don't bother these days. It's like reusing a plastic water bottle. Just go grab another one. Please do reuse your plastic water bottles. We reuse our plastic water bottles all the time, like the 5 liter ones, especially. To fill with water and put in the fridge. I didn't see it coming. Some psychics may have actual juice, but you should always be concerned with the accuracy of the information you receive. Agreed. Extreme vigilance in your listening, and extreme skepticism as well, I believe. Like it's my mind is like that's what my mind's doing, and I'm like, okay, alright. Eggs are so versatile. I mean, true. If you use them as an ingredient, if you put them in a pan, their versatility drops, unfortunately. And I tend to do that because it's easy. 1,260 grams of pork, no buns. Grams? And you're talking about the actual wet weight, I'm guessing, as well. So that's like 100 grams. No, 200. 220 or so. 240 or so. Actual grams of protein. Which is about 2 days worth of food. Which is $4.50 a day to maintain my form. Just to not degrade every day. Right. Nice. Yeah. Food is expensive, bro. And I keep having to fucking eat it. I never get to stop. And then I do. I should fast again. I'm already feeling ready to fast again. No. I've only went twice. One good experience, one very bad. I go in skeptical and I don't give any information about myself. The fact that you've had one very bad experience, I have had very few very bad experiences. And if you're paying to have a very bad experience, that doesn't seem fair, in my mind at least, or something that you ought to do to yourself. Happy back to school, Aunt P. Melanie met her kindergarten teacher yesterday. Someone was chopping onions next to me. Them bastards. What's those ninjas, bro? Those freaking ninjas. Gateway, if you had a good experience with them, why not follow up with them? As long as it's affordable, that's the other thing as well. I know there are people out there with unexplainable gifts and nothing else. They may be able to help you see a perspective on your life that you hadn't considered. This is true. Right? This is true. Yes, grams. It's 3 pounds-ish of pork. Yeah. Checks out. Agreed, Rabbit. I had an experience with a medium that I loved, with a medium that I know was true and genuine. Literally unexplainable. Yeah. And those moments can be very valuable. Bad experiences with one I tried. One time, she made me cry and was a con artist for sure. Yeah. You see, and again, like knowing the difference is one of those things where like you only get to find out what the product is, how good the service is after you've paid potentially. Paying to have bad experiences. That's pretty much being a parent. That's hilarious. Doc, that guy who follows you around chopping onions is just looking out for your health. It's true. Trying is good for you, apparently. It's good that you're not holding in all that. I'm gonna pull a and then I'm going to start gesturing towards. Bro, I'm gonna call John quickly. Let's see what he says. Bro, this fucking guy doesn't tell his boss.
Hello?
Oh wait, Dudo.
What's up? How are you?
I'm chilling, bro. Dude, Armand Hofmeyer was
Nice.
just here.
Sorry?
Armand Hofmeyer was just here.
Ah, yes, he said he's gonna be at the venue like after 5.
What?
We're meeting him at the venue.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Did you not let him
Yes.
know that you're at Stefan's place?
I did let him know.
He he just came through anyway?
I have no idea.
Bro, like
I don't know what
I had such a fucking
I've let.
awkward
just-
moment, bro. Like he gets out of the car, I walk around the corner because they basically see me instantly. I think it's Chris. Is it Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, Chris gets out of the car and he sees my face and I'm like, are you bringing John back? That's the first fucking question I ask, bro. Are you bringing John back? Because I'm like, why are these people here, dude? And then he's like, no, we're picking him up. And I'm like, he's not
Ek het
here.
hom al ek het hom letterlik al gister laat weet toe ons by die studio was.
Bro.
Hoor so ek is by Stefan.
And then I'm like,
Ek het hom toe 'n voice note gestuur uitge.
Ek dink hulle het 'n doggie maak 'n joke of ietsie. En die dog het te fucking sê Chris my jy grap jy. Hou op grap, gaan roep hulle.
What the hell?
Sê soos nee.
Okay, wag, laat ek dit gou. Ja, laat ek dit gou. Ja, maar ek het hom laat weet, so ek weet nie hoekom
Okay, chill us.
ek nie gelees of luister nie of iets.
Seker nie. Seker maar net aangeneem. Jy weet it's business as usual.
Ja. Yes.
Oh,
Okay, maar ek sal gou by hom hoor wat aangaan.
Nee, dis chill us. Ek het net was net soos 'n awkward moment geweest van soos what the hell's happening. Hulle ry
Hulle
late
inform
pad.
dat ek by Stefan is. Ja, ek het gesien hy het sy bakkie gecover in leopard print.
Hy sê dis nie sy bakkie nie.
O, is dit nie sy bakkie nie?
Ja, ek het
Okay.
gevra hoeveel het hy betaal vir die freaking rap, want ek wil weet hoeveel kos dit en toe sê hy soos nee,
Ja.
is nie sy bakkie nie.
O, okay.
Ja, maar ek is nuuskierig.
Okay.
Want dit lyk soos baie gerap. Hy's letterlik full body, so as ons kan uitvind hoeveel kos dit, dan
Ja.
gaan ons ten minste 'n prys range.
Yes, dit is so.
Maar nou wait,
Sal
oh.
dan hoor of ek kan uitvind.
Ek hoop jy het 'n lekker dag verder. Good luck met die gig.
Alright, so dankie.
Oh wait, bro.
Check it.
Cheers.
Just cheers.
Let me get back to my comments. Dog, that guy. Love again. Melt, I captured a bit of your drumming and humming from a few weeks ago. Make a little short of it. Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna. This is my other account, but I'll add anyway. Yeah. A version of me in reality. Man, thank you. That melts my brain. I made a sound somewhere in the universe, and my technology remembered, and then a friend cared enough to make a thing of its own. Not sure if you can open it from here. I could have opened it from here. Thank you, dear friend. Much love to you all. Mentally wants to spend the day in bed playing Spider-Man on PS4. I cannot complain. Sounds like a good day. Let's pull a card with that in mind. The opportunities that await. So many opportunities. This guy. The ever unfolding rose. The ever unfolding rose. Little ant is holding on for dear life. Oh. Look at this. Doug, yesterday I was wearing my Duck Dad Farms tank top with little cartoon you and Melanie on it. And I thought about you guys all day. The ever unfolding rose. Thank you for sharing that, Rosanna. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Again, I feel like that's so like on the money with this whole point of this opportunity we have that I was trying to share today. I haven't pulled this card many times. I think maybe I've only pulled it one more time before. The ever unfolding rose. Rabbit, big smiles to you and on B. Give Uncle Becky a butt pinch for me with full eye contact. I wish I didn't read that out loud. I got you. Rabbit, I showed up to that concert the other day and my buddy was wearing his Duck Dad Farm shirt. It was surreal, seeing it in the world. Love is true, bro. I'm happy that you're experiencing those fractals too. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it. To let life crack you open. To open through hurt and loss. To allow what is falling away to fall away. Being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies, as much as triumphs and adventures. Wherever you find yourself at the moment, life is coaxing you to keep your heart open. No matter how much it hurts, to continually unfold, to let life crack you open. Perhaps you are going through a difficult time right now. Instead of cursing the difficulty, see it as a blessing. To open yourself up to the truth that perhaps, as hard as it may be, life is happening for you, not to you. And one day, in the not too distant future, you may just bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open because the world needs you open. Now is the time to go gently, to treat yourself like a tender, sweet baby, to wrap yourself in the blanket and trust that the mother has you cradled in her arms. The seas may not all be smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. One day, not too far from today, you will look back at the transformation and be blown away by the poetry of your life. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. So cliche, and yet I need to hear that sometimes. You see, I can stress. I can stress myself out. Stressing. Needed to hear that from the rose. Thank you. Thank you, Jules. I'm happy that you're here for this moment. Sending you love to Heather. We're just about done with our stream for today. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you for joining me.
for finding a moment to spend some time here with me. To be present and kind, calm and content, open to this experience, open to the opportunities that come into our lives. Seeing all opportunities as an opportunity to experience more love from the world, and recognizing that that opportunity is one just as valuable as all of the opportunities that will bring money into your world. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for sharing this human opportunity to share love and feel it with me. I love you. And I'll see you again soon. Tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. Cheers.